Well, it looks like we've now got episode 5 of Resident Evil, Netflix's great adaptation of Resident Evil, Capcom's Resident Evil. And what's in store this episode, you ask? Well, it's more of two teenage girls talking about their feelings, tripled. We actually spend time on just 2022, and it's shit. It's really shit, and it's just pissing me off at this point for the fact that you have the blueprint for Resident Evil, and you've done this with it. You've done this with it. It's just... Does Netflix have no quality control whatsoever? Because it seems like that. You know, the good shit you get on Netflix, you can probably count on two hands. I'll give you that. I can't really think of anything that goes over, like, further than that for me, at least. So, you know, all I can think of is, like, how did the pitch meeting go for this show? So you could just imagine it, you know, the writer or the developer, whoever, comes in and sits down, speaks to Netflix. He says, right, well, listen, guys, what I've got for you is Resident Evil. Netflix like, oh, yeah, we'd love to do something Resident Evil. What did you have in mind? Well, we've got Black Albert Wesker, and he has two daughters, right? Nobody at Netflix went, oh, yeah, get the fuck out. Nobody thought that. You know, you're just throwing your money away, Netflix. That is all you're doing when you just do these shited adaptations. It's like you're well known at this point that anything you adapt is just shite. It's just absolute drivel. That really it takes no creative person to come up with a show like this. You don't need to be creative to come up with what this show is. All you have to be is, oh well, you know, they talk about their feelings in a way that doesn't seem real, in a way that isn't interesting, in a way that's just basic bitch shit. Because that's what it is. It's so basic. It really comes across like it's just, you know, we've already spoke about how it comes across. It comes across like someone in their early 20s with no life experience that lives on Twitter. That's what this show feels like, who's written it. But we might as well get in, but it's just like you've got Resident Evil. Capcom allowed you to adapt something, and this is what you came up with. It's really embarrassing, but let's just dive into it. Because while I've been sitting here, it's just gotten a whole lot hotter, because it's still hot as shit. It is still hot as shit. It's about 25 degrees Celsius. Fucking hell. Kill me. But let's just dive into it, shall we? See if we can't beat our time. Beat our time on for episode 4, which I believe was, what was it, 35 minutes. So let's see if we can... I'm still aiming. I'm still hoping we can get it done in 20 minutes. But I've already been going for 5. Or at least, you know, round about 5. But let's dive in. So as we know, when it ended, she came out the prison, and then Umbrella like came down in a helicopter. So yeah, as she lifts her helmet off, that's all we see, and we get 2022 throughout the entire episode. And it's really just boring. Boring. I don't care about these characters' feelings. I don't give a fuck about them. Because they're shit. They're narcissistic. They are boring people that don't come across like real people. Even as I was watching this, I was like, you know, I can't even describe who these people are. They're not characters. They're not people. They're just... I don't know. I can't think of anything to say about them. To say, oh, well, Jade, you know, she's, you know, I don't fucking know. I don't know. You haven't given me anything to the point of, even in this episode, we get a Rey Skywalker moment where she just magically knows how to do something. And we haven't, I don't know why you know how to do that, but we'll get to it. But it's Wesker in his car. Yeah, he sees that the girls are now back. I don't know. Why is it daylight? I don't know. Who fucking knows? That's literally the same thing. They've used the same image from what they used when they left. It's like it's fucking daylight. It's sunny outside, and it says 12:39 a.m. Whatever. You know, I'm really starting to think the reason, because I find it funny that in a Resident Evil show where it's supposed to be about zombies, there's barely any. In this episode, there's not a single one. There is not a single one, and I'm really starting to wonder how much money. What was their budget for this? Because I think that's the reason why they didn't have enough money to pay their extras. I think that's what it comes down to. But that's another part that bothers me. It's like, you've called it Resident Evil. You can't not have zombies in it. I don't know why you think you can do that. Just false advertising, that's all it is. It's just baffling, because it's like there's something good you could do with Resident Evil. There is something great you could do. You know, whether you go the route of, like, the first few games, or if you go the route of, you know, Resident Evil 7 and 8. You know, there's so many options here that it would be very interesting to like make a story around. Yet they just haven't done it. It's like nobody's nobody. I don't think anybody wants, you know, a direct sort of adaptation. But it's like, just, you know, take the elements of it and build something out of it. Instead of going, oh no, we'll do Wesker with his 2 fucking daughters. Why did you give him daughters in the first place? Why? Why did you give us these 2 daughters that are fucking boring? I don't get it. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Oh yeah, we'll give Wesker 2 daughters. Why? You know, yeah, that's like another thing. It's like you've done your Wesker. You ain't done fuck all with him. He's just some single dad that works at Umbrella. That's all you've done with him. You haven't made him like an interesting villain or anything like. He's not a villain in this. He's just kind of a contradictory character. Oh, but we're almost at 10 minutes, and we're about 2 minutes in the show. Let's continue. So that guy comes up and says, Evelyn wants you at work. He's like, no, I can't go now. He's like, well, you need to come now. So he goes through this place with all their adverts. Is that honestly an advert you would send out for your bears? For your CGI bears? Because that kid there just looks depressed. Looks a bit like me when I was watching your show. To be young again. Evelyn's talking to her son. Saying, I don't know, you were out at this party. That was like the party from the last episode. You were out too late. You're grounded. Why we needed that in there, I don't really know. But Wesker comes in. She says, you're late. Well, no, he didn't. He wasn't scheduled to come in, so he's not late, is he? He's not late. If anybody's late, it's this guy over here you sent to get him. But they've got this Spanish guy. The guy that knows things about Umbrella's cover-up of actual Raccoon City that got nuked by Umbrella and covered up, and no one ever knew about it. So, yeah, Wesker's like, I need to go. I need to go and see my daughters. That guy lays out a load of knives. Yeah, she's like, we need the old Wesker. So I'm not even sure if it's gonna. I don't know if this guy's like a clone of Wesker. I don't know what it is, or I don't know. He's been. Who fucking knows? Who knows? But that guy says to him, "Oh, I know your daughters." He doesn't take kindly to that and punches him in the face. And then he pulls out a scalpel, and then, you know, we cut to the 2 teenagers so they can talk about their feelings again. This is a whole episode of talking about their feelings. So I don't think it should take too long to go through. Because it's really nothing of substance. Again, it's just basic bitch shit. That is what it is. But they're home. I don't know what they start. Because they're all happy that it turns out Billy hasn't been taken over. Hasn't been, like, turned. Because, like, Jade in the last episode said, oh, well, it's been... Because she set a timer and said, oh, it went off 5 minutes ago. Because they somehow think that because they have an estimate on the hours being 72 hours when you change, somehow that means because it's 5 minutes after, nothing's going to happen. But yeah, then she goes and gets ice cream. They start telling each other about where they came from. It's like, no, you both know that. You both know that. I don't know why you're telling each other that. Basically about the surrogates, how these two are a thing. They say Dad never talks about his past, his family, or anything like that. It's a bit strange. You're only just now clicking onto that. But they get their ice cream out. I don't know what else happens. I don't. Again, it's just minutes upon minutes of talking about feelings. Fucking hell! How is this? I don't know. You got a nerve to call this Resident Evil. You really have. Fuck it. I cannot be asked. I can't be asked with this show, and it doesn't help. I'm boiling my bollocks off. It just doesn't help to go through this. Oh, it's fucking hot, man. Yeah, why do they go upstairs again? I don't even know. They want to start looking for their birth certificates. Because that Spanish guy said to them, there's no birth certificates that exist for you. And yeah, they're like, well, we need to find them to show that this guy's wrong. This guy's wrong. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Even though you've read all these files, you've seen all these clips, but now you don't believe it. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't just call their dad up and say, you ain't got our birth certificates, have you? You know, that's all you have to do. Because they're not doing it in a way that, oh, well, Dad's clearly lying, so we have to sneak around his shit and find our birth certificates. They show books that Wesker's reading, which is Dating Past Your Prime, a guide for mature lovers. I find it strange he even has that book. I haven't even seen him talk to a woman other than Evelyn, and she's an old lesbian. So you know he hasn't. I haven't seen him. I don't know why he's got this book. I really don't. It's just been thrown there because he's got Dating Past Your Prime in his study or in his bedroom. So yeah, just by chance, she finds a clip out a gun. They say, "Oh, well, Dad hates guns. What's he doing with this?" And then yeah, Albert Wesker has just left one of his laptops under the bed. She just wants to go in his shit. And now the password they've been using the entire time out in this show doesn't work on this laptop. I'd ask why. Fuck, it doesn't make sense why on this laptop he wouldn't have, because as they said, oh, every password is Spock 92 or 82, something like that. It's funny how it comes to this one and you can't get on it. It's funny how the one in the actual umbrella place. Why did that not have a different password? But this one does. He's just picking and it seems like they're just picking and choosing when they need it, but it doesn't matter. They've got a guy that knows how to get behind firewalls. A guy that Jade bumped into in episode 3, I think. But yeah, she's like, oh, he this password on here is different. Yeah, how about mind your own fucking business then? You know, that's what I'd advise. Oh, we skipped ahead there. We should have left it there, shouldn't we? We've got through it quicker. It's taking me longer to do just because I'm roasting. But yeah, she calls up. She calls up little manservant. It's like, again, they don't. The reason why these two girls aren't likable is because they just expect people to do things for them, and then continue to treat them like shit. So they ring up this guy. Don't know what his name is. Don't fucking care really. But they ask him for help. He's like, "No, I've been..." Well, because they ask him to come over, and he's fucking. This is so boring. Honestly, who wrote this? Who wrote this? That's what I want to know. I did actually look at who fucking wrote these episodes, and yeah, it's people that they haven't really got anything good on their resume, shall we say. I did read something about the person that wrote this episode, and on the IMDb it says, in fact, we'll just save it for the end, shall we? It'll be a nice little surprise. Not really a surprise. It's what you would expect out of someone that works in Hollywood. And it's probably part of the reason the story's dog shit. So Billy's like, oh, he's not going to help us. Fucking hell. So yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how but he hacks into the computer. Says this is very hard to get into, and then he gets in it like after the on the second attempt. So he's just doing that. See if we can access in server, so you can see it on the computer there. Yeah, they're just saying, oh well, what's he got on here that's out of the ordinary? He says, oh, he's got an email, a dead email or something. It's an email that if he doesn't sort of press a button every 24 hours, it will get sent out to Billy. See, I don't know. Why would you do it that way? Seems like a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, some email, so they find out what it says. So you can't really make it out there, but basically it's... yeah, so it says the subject line says, forgive me. And it's something to do with, oh, go and get this bag shit, or get Jade and then leave. Umbrella are coming for you. So for whatever reason that is. But yeah, they have that. So basically what we're doing this episode is an Easter egg hunt. That's what it is. We follow notes about while crawling about like fucking assholes. That's kind of what this episode is. So yeah, it mentions like you need to get this bag that's... I forget what he says, where it is. He mentions some street that Billy knows. Jade's all upset that she wasn't the one that got the email, as if it fucking matters. You're both sisters, ain't you? You're gonna talk to one another. Yeah, then they mention the cameras in the house. It's like, you've been in this house for days, for at least a week, and you haven't spotted these cameras everywhere. He mentions that all the smart TVs and just anything that's smart have also got cameras in them. So it's like, yeah, you've already been doing all this shit here. It's like, no, if Wesker's been watching, he's already seen you. So at this point, he's like, act normal. That's what I would say, act normal. But instead, we'll soon see what they get up to. So that, yeah, you can see all the cameras they've got here. But yeah, it's just the smart ones they can't deactivate. But yeah, they're looking for this bag, and it's some street that he mentions in the email. So this is obviously a clue. So just fucking tell him. Just tell him. I don't know why you need to set up clues. Just it's a bag, for fuck's sake. Just say, oh, there's a bag in my room under the floorboard. Just say that. I don't know why you've done it this way. So So right, so they've got there's like, if you can see over there, just on the it'd be good if you could see my my fucking thing, my mouse. But you can see the bit on the right on the cupboards is like a thermostat. It's like a smart thermostat. So it's got a camera in it, and the guy says to him, right, go lower. It's like, no, it's already fucking. Look at that. It's already spotted you. It's right in you. Is it? Why not just walk normal? Why are you pretending? Just walk. You ain't got to crawl. But it seems like they're just. You know, it seems like where the cameras are, they're very selected. You know, it's kind of, oh, well, we can't have one here because we need them to do this. But it's like, you don't even need to crawl about. It's like, just walk down normal. Now Wesker could see you walking down the stairs like a couple of fucking twats. But I just find it funny. They say, right, go down lower. No, you're on the stairs. It's already seen you. It's already seen you. It's aiming right at you. It's like, as soon, it's like, it's gonna see you. Fucking hell. Just walk, just be normal. Just act like normal people. So, yeah, they start, because they've also got the TV over there, over to the left, and it's like, when they get to a part that they need to be, it's like, no, that TV can still see you. So they do this most of the episode. They just crawl about like assholes. Just walk normal. But I just find it funny that there's no cameras over here or over there, no. Because it's you know, once, if I was in a house like that where I've been told, oh, there's cameras in the smart, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't trust anything. I would just assume everything has a camera in it. So it's like, you just walk normal. That's all you got to do. It's like, it's your dad anyway. What difference does it make? What at the worst, what's he going to do? Spank you? That's about it. But yeah, it's this. So this is the picture they have on the street, called Wellington Street, something like that. Some trip they took. So they take that off, and they got a note in there that says the key to a sad jade in the 5th grade. Why is he doing all this? Just fucking tell them, you asshole. The quicker you tell them, the quicker we can finish here. But she starts talking about, oh, in the 5th grade, I got my tonsils out. I hated the world. I was a very dark child because she got her tonsils out. Dark child. Yeah, you're a fucking edgelord, love. Spend all day talking about your feelings. So she talks about that, getting her tonsils out. And then she remembers, oh, Dad played the piano for me when I was sick. It's like, how do you know how to play the piano? You didn't say it in a way that would establish that you know how to play piano. What? Again, this would have been like something that you would put in like the first couple of episodes, where you just have the odd fit she plays the piano and shit. But as I say, this is her Rey Skywalker moment, where, oh, I just know how to do things. But whatever, the sooner we fucking get past this, whatever. So they play some song. Yeah, they're both like professional piano players. It's like, you know, you could even have just had it where they fuck up a few times. Then it's more believable. But instead, they start playing like prodigies. That's what it's like. It's like, oh, you could do this for a career. Moving song, her, the next note says. So they move the piano. You could have just moved the piano in the first place. And they open this up and pull a bag out. And it's got money and passports and a gun. You know, they seem flabbergasted on why are our names called, well, they're clearly fake passports. Was it that hard for you to figure that out? But yeah, there's a gun on it. So yeah, like, so obviously Billy's like, it's like she kind of has that feeling of, obviously, oh well, I thought I knew who my dad was. I thought I knew who he was, but clearly not. And Jade says, "You're worried about that now." But yeah, like, because I think the boy mentions, oh, your dad nuked Raccoon City, and Jay's like, oh, you're more upset about that, Billy, rather than this bag of money. It's like, well, yeah, why wouldn't you be? That your dad could have nuked a fucking city. I really wish you would nuke this show, but I imagine it's going to get cancelled. It's gotta, innit? I don't imagine it's bringing many people in. It's just like, oh, this represents a Resident Evil, by the way. That's what it's supposed to do. We haven't seen a zombie the whole episode. Oh, fucking hell. So yeah, they find that. So a minute ago they were worried about all these cameras. Now they're just opening bags in the middle of the fucking hallway. It's like, you already know there's cameras there. A minute ago, you were just crawling about. You know, I've only just realised this, but you were both crawling about like absolute gimps. And then when it comes to finding the bag, you just open it in the hallway where you know there's cameras. Fuck me. Really, no one gives a shit. I don't know what it is about Hollywood at the moment. Well, for a while now. But just when it comes to a lot of things, it just comes across like, oh, you didn't give a shit, did you? You didn't give a shit about any of it. So now we need a scene to happen there. We need the two daughters to be sad and talk about their emotions. Because that is what the paying fucking customer has asked for. They've asked for, yeah, we want Resident Evil, but not really Resident Evil, where it's really about teenagers in their emotions. You know, if I wanted to watch one of those fucking, what are they called? I don't even remember now. You know, Gossip. Let's just say Gossip Girl, because that's the first thing that comes to mind. You know, if I'd go and watch that if I wanted something like this. I'd go and watch something, what is it, Hill fucking 90210. Something like that. I'd just go and watch that if I wanted teenagers talking about their fucking feelings. That's what I'd go and watch. Not fucking Resident Evil that's supposed to be a fucking zombie show that has no zombies in it and has nothing connected to Resident Evil other than the odd reference. Fucking hell. But what do we do next? So they're all sad. They're talking about their feelings. I don't care. I do not care. You know, when you start making me have mental breakdowns, I don't care. So yeah, they have a bit of a ding dong. So yeah, they mute. So they mute that boy, and then she says, "Oh, how much did you hear?" You muted him a minute ago. you muted him so he couldn't hear you. It's like, even on the, yeah, you even undo it on the phone and say, "How much did you hear?" You muted it. How did he hear anything? Like, Billy herself muted it and then says, "How much did you hear?" No, he didn't hear anything. He muted it. How can you honestly have daft shit like that? It's like, these are things that, it's like, you know, that small. It's small detail. You should be, oh, well, he didn't hear any of it. Maybe let's not make our characters stupid. The sweat is pouring off me now, but yeah, he says some shit about, you know, I like your sister. She's like, you know, she's using you. Fucking this. Yeah, we know she's using you. But he doesn't care because he's a bit of a soy. He's a bit of a cuck. You know, he's a bit of a, I don't know. But yeah, then she comes out again. I don't know. They talk about some shit. They put their heads together. Now they're all happy again. And then they start crawling about like assholes. When, if you remember, a minute ago they were just in full view of the cameras, pulling out a bag full of money and guns and passports. But now they've come back down, started crawling. because the boy happened to mention, oh, you've got basements. You've got basements in these houses. There are basements, so they start crawl. It's like, so yeah, you could just walk. You could just walk. You don't need to go on your hands and knees. You don't need to do that. Maybe act normal. And then when you get to the part that somehow doesn't have cameras there, you can stand up. Well, you can like just do what you're doing. Do what you got to do to get down there. So it takes them ages to find this. It's like she even lent like on this little like the bit in the middle of the wall. It's like she'd already lent on it, and you could tell that, oh, there's maybe it's that. But no, she continues knocking on it and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, she opens the panel, and it's some sort of, they need some sort of chip to get in there. They say it's similar to like how you open your garage. So they both think, oh, do we have chips in us? Doesn't work on them, but yeah, they found a whistle earlier that was like another part of the clue. And they whistle it, and the dog comes running in. So it's obviously the dog's got a chip in it. So she blows that. The dog comes running. She swipes the dog over the thing, and it opens. Then she lets the dog go, and all I could think was, can we go and see what this dog's up to now? That sounds fun. You know, I'd rather just watch a dog, I don't know, piss and shit, and sniff whatever, and eat. I'd rather watch that. You know, I'd rather just follow this little dog about. You know, I like dogs. But I'd like to see what he gets up to. So they go down the basement. Didn't take them long to find all this out, did it? They start going through all their old toys. They realise their blood's in the fridges. Then they find some. That's just it's a DVD player. So it's one of those car ones. Yeah, and so now they found this old clip from Raccoon City in 1998. So they do in fact have all this business as a part of their whatever. It's probably the most Resident Evil thing we've had in this so far. And yeah, you hear Wesker say, if she gives you trouble, shoot the bitch. I was like, yes, fucking someone that's, you know, something interesting there. So she says, oh, Dad was an asshole. So it's this monster here. They inject it with something. Can we still see that? So you can't really work it, but there's like an eye that pops out. Yeah, now she's got in this computer because now on this computer it's Spock 42 to get in. At least I think that was a bit where I'm like, you know, I'm not even rewinding. I'm not rewinding to see how you got into that. So they're looking for a load of stuff. I don't remember. They've got a chair there, and they don't seem to know what a chair is. They start, oh, what's that for? It's a chair. It's a chair with handcuffs and stuff on. It's blatantly obvious what it's for. So yeah, Jade wants to take evidence. For what reason? She never says. She just says, "Oh, it's evidence." So she like pulls out the plugs off the PC, and then it's gonna burn the place up. Like a thing comes through and says, I don't know, what do you call it? Whatever. But flames come out and burn all this stuff. I don't know why you got to burn children's toys, but okay. They obviously can't get out. So yeah, it just burns all this stuff up, and then it, you know, blows it out. It was more of just getting rid of any evidence, or what evidence there is, I don't know. So that happens, and Wesker's magically home just as this happens. He comes in, he says, what have you done? They're all scared of him and shit. Jade's telling him to fuck off and all that. He has it, you know, he gives quite a good performance here, I thought. Yes, someone doing something. Having something good there. He just says, yeah, what does he, like, because Jay's like, nah, fuck off, we're not, you know, you're whatever. Because Wesker just says, come upstairs and we'll talk about this. Why you would decline that, I don't know. So just go upstairs. Just go upstairs. But yeah, he eventually loses his temper and says, you're my fucking daughter. You will do what I fucking tell you. And then they knock him out. Too much toxic masculinity, that was. They knock him out with summon. And then they tie him to the chair. He tells them about, I don't know, I'm protecting you. He says, oh, the guy in that video isn't me. So that's why I'm starting to think is they're just clones. I think that's what it is. But then I just find it funny that at the start of the episode, Evelyn said to him, bring us back the old Wesker. So, you know, I really don't know. Yeah, and just explains to him that, yeah, they were made in the Umbrella Lab or something like that from donors. And then he raised them as their daughter. So they've kind of been like his lab rats. So they break down a bit about that. That's pretty much, that's kind of the gist of it. I don't think we find out much more. So they let him go and they're gonna leave. So yeah, they're going somewhere. I don't know where they're going. The Umbrella won't find you. Meanwhile, Wesker has to go back to the facility to, well, you know, he kind of eggs on that he's gonna kill the guy, the Spanish guy, because he knows. Yeah, he knows that the daughter's been bitten by the dog, by the dog from the first episode. And then we finally come to our last scene, and this is Billy. Billy is an adult, and she's like, "Hey, sis." that was the episode. Glad to be done with that. We've now got 3 episodes. 3 episodes, is it? Yeah, 3 episodes. 3 episodes to go, and I can't be fucking arsed. I may watch it. I may watch another one tonight. I don't know. I'll try. Because I'm just like, just want to get these done. Just want to get these done. I think what I'm going to do is because I'm off work tomorrow, so it means I can get more done. So I'll try and get another. It depends. If I ain't got any other videos to do, then I might just go, right, now I'll watch the next episode, review it, and that's ready for tomorrow. And then tomorrow morning, I can do episode 7 and 8, and I'll just put them both out. I'll just put them both out on Wednesday, and we'll be done with it. I just want to finish off with it. I'm just like, you know, I'm going to finish this. I'm just going to dive straight into watching Daredevil, reviewing them, you know? Talking about something good. That's what I want to do. Something great that is really just enjoyable to watch multiple times. Whereas this, you know, I've seen some people saying they like it. I've seen the most common argument at the moment that seems to is, oh, well, the Resident Evil games are shit, so therefore this excuses the show of being shit. It just seems to be a common argument now, even like with Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, where people said, oh, well, Star Wars has always been shit. That's the argument. So they're in fact admitting that, oh, it's shit. But yeah, you always get that. You always get a bit of that. You know, I don't care about people liking things. It's when people claim it's good. That's when I go, well, hold on a second. But yeah, that's episode 5. I'm forgetting now. I'm really forgetting what episode I'm in. I'm just kind of bored watching it. I was just kind of glad I came straight in from work and said, right, I'll chuck it on now. And then I've done it. I might watch the next episode. I don't know. See what time I got. But we'll finish off there because it's end up fucking 40. We're almost at 42 minutes. So I will finish off there. But yeah, there we have. Now the sisters are reunited, and I've seen the description of the next episode, and that's sort of what we're talking about, what we're dealing with. That these two people have now come together. I find it funny she's still got the same haircut. Why you still got the same haircut? Did they do that because they thought we wouldn't understand that it's Billy? Is that why they done that? Because I don't think, is she really gonna have the same haircut? Whatever. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one, I guess.